everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the What is a Hit Record podcast. If I remember correctly, I think it's episode 5. I'm a little bit confused here because I wasn't here last week. Sorry to our fans, I was a little bit sick and not feeling well, but I'm here now. So let's get into what's going on in the past 2 weeks or so within the music industry now. The first thing I want to get to is, and this is starting off as a with a controversial topic. I'm gonna state my opinion on Kanye's comments about or anti-Semitic comments and stuff like that, right? So what I think is I have to I'm gonna tread lightly here. So what I think is some artists, including Kanye West, say things just for attention because they always need to be at the forefront of the headlines when it comes to the music industry and any outlet that they're trying to get to, right? So I think he's just trying to say things to get attention so people can be talking about him, right? So and this is the thing about the music industry, and this is not my opinion. This is the opinion of a lot of other people. So my opinion about the music industry is there's a lot of artists that act weirdly when they get to a certain status, right? All these people that say that these outlandish things are have already built their status. Like they don't care. Not they don't care, but money isn't a problem for them. So whatever happens, they'll still live comfortably. They'll still live their lives as they want to live it. But I personally don't agree with those kind of comments because I know where it stems from, and I don't I personally condemn those comments. But again, this is why I like, and this is why I say that people like 50 Cent are the maximum like that people can have to follow, because whatever he does and whatever he says has a positive impact on the community. Like if you look at it, he's doing so many things for the people of Houston. He has a house there. He puts on events there. He does toy drives there. Like everything he's associated with is positive, right? So people say he's not the greatest rapper alive or whatever, and I totally disagree with that because I don't think that there's an artist out there that has the catalog that 50 Cent has. So that's just my opinion. I think he's one of, if not top 5 greatest artists out there. If you want to know my top 5, my top 5 is Tupac in terms of hip hop, right? So Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, Nas, and 50, right? So I know, like, I put 50 in my top 5. Artists like Kanye West, if you're talking about like 10 years ago, before all this BS that he's coming out with, I would say that he's at least in my top 10, but not anymore. Like after this bullshit, I'm done with it, man. So, like that's what I mean. It's best for individuals to like artists that don't necessarily need the spotlight on them all the time, but yet when they do positive things within the industry and within their community, it's always known about. Like for example, at this year's BT's Hip Hop Awards, Mr. Curtis Jackson won the award for Hustler of the Year. What that means is not hustling in a bad way, but hustling in a good way. What that means is he has a lot of projects always churning out, whether it be in the film industry or in the music industry, right? So just yesterday, I'll give you an example. Just yesterday, on a platform owned by Kevin Durant called The Boardroom, Pop Smoke's manager came out and said that the reason why Pop Smoke's albums came out after Pop Smoke's death is because of 50 Cent. What Pop Smoke's manager, Steven Victor, said is 50 Cent motivated me to complete these albums for Pop Smoke's family so they can be supported with the money made from those two albums. If Mr. Steven Victor did not listen to 50 Cent, those albums would never be completed and Pop Smoke's family would probably be in a dire strait, right? So again, comparing 50 Cent now and Kanye West. I know in 2007 people were like, "Oh, Kanye West is the bigger artist," and on looking back on it several years later, that's definitely not the case. Definitely not the case. I would say from a positive impact on the community and a positive impact within the filmmaking industry and a positive impact within the music industry, 50 Cent is most definitely the bigger artist. Looking back on it several years later. And the industry made a huge mistake in 2007 by only supporting Kanye West and not supporting 50 Cent in the sales battle that they had in 2007. That was a big mistake. And again, somebody said this who worked with 50 Cent as his graphic designer. The only reason that Kanye West had so much support in 2007 in his sales battle against 50 Cent is because in 2006, 50 Cent had some words to say about Interscope CEO at the time, Jimmy Iovine. So basically, 50 was angry at his boss at the time. He has no boss now, but 50 was angry at his boss at the time. And when you're angry at your boss and you air it out publicly on a mixtape, no less, that's why the media made it seem like 50 Cent's music career is done. It's because the powers that be wanted people to think that, and that wasn't really the case. So they gave the keys to the industry to somebody like Kanye West. Again, I totally disagree with the things that Kanye West is coming out to say right now, and I condemn them wholeheartedly, 100%. Second, this should have been the first thing that I got to, but I'm gonna get it to it secondly because I was just talking about it with Mr. Roberts behind the scenes, so it kind of was on the forefront now. But I'm gonna get to the first thing that I was supposed to talk about, and that is I want to give a rest in peace to Migos member Takeoff, who was wow, who it was reported that he was killed the other day by uh, accidental gunfire. Um, Apparently, according to reports. Um, so the reason why this makes me so sad is because Migos was besides G Unit in the early 2000s, Migos was on that level like of G Unit in the early 2000s, right? So they were like breaking records. They were going on tours with Drake, with all the um number one names you can think of, right? They were all supportive of the group the Migos, right? So, and the reason why this is so sad is because we've lost like 16 rappers in like or and more than that, like 16 to 20, 15 to 20 rappers in the last 4 years. Just think about that. Like it's more this job of being a rapper is more dangerous. Like honestly, it's more dangerous than being a police officer or a firefighter, to be honest. Because look, anytime you're a musician, look at it this way: you're a musician, you gain status, money, and everything that comes along with that. If you're a star, like Pop Smoke was supposed to be, like Takeoff was supposed to be, you automatically have a target on your back. Automatically, no matter what. It can be somebody that you don't know coming after you for no reason, just because of jealousy, just because they're jealous of your status and your money and your jewelry or whatever. It can be a stranger coming after you that you don't even know, right? That's why on a random day, you could just be walking your dog on the sidewalk. Someone walks up to you and attacks you, right? It's the most dangerous job that anybody can have right now, and the reason why people become musicians of any kind, I don't care if you say that there's explicit language in the song or whatever. The reason why people become musicians is because they have something that they think the world needs to hear, right? So people can say that, oh, this musician is attracting bad energy because of the things he talks about in his music. That could be true, but there's also the fact that these musicians talk about the things that they see when they're younger in their neighborhood. That's where most of these stories come from. It comes from what these artists see in their neighborhood, right? It doesn't necessarily have to involve them. It can involve the people around them. It can involve people they know, right? So the fact that people always condemn hip hop for promoting violence, that's not what it's about, man. That's not what it's about. It's about people telling their story and like having their story put out there for the world to hear. It's not about promoting violence. or anything like that. Like some people have the wrong idea of what hip hop is supposed to be about, and yeah, I'm just really upset about this. Like honestly, man, like every month we hear about a new artist dying before they're supposed to. Like I'm gonna tell you this, to be honest, Pop Smoke was supposed to be the next 50 Cent. He was supposed to have the same impact as 50 Cent did in New York and all over the world. So speaking of that, and that's why shows like what 50 Cent is putting on today are important. Because on WeTV, he has a show premiering hosted by Van Lathan that's called Hip Hop Homicides. It's the title isn't what you think it's about. This show is about um, unsolved mysteries and murders to musicians in the music industry and trying to solve them. So shows like this is why 50 Cent is the one of the top executives in the film industry and then in the TV show industry, because he knows what the audience needs at what times they need it. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I feel like I went off on a rant here. So yeah. Um it's just very, very frustrating to see young people like Takeoff was 28 years old, man. Like imagine dying at 28 years old. That's just ridiculous. That's horrible, man. And this is why also people were making fun of when like 50 was. I'm gonna relate this back to 50 one more time, so bear with me here. So that's when 50 was starting up in the industry, people were saying, why is he riding around in a bulletproof truck? Why is he wearing a bulletproof vest? Why is he doing that? Why is he doing this? Now you see why he's doing that. Because to protect himself from random people walking up to him and doing whatever they want to him, basically. Right? So that's the reason why. Now people should understand why he did something like that. Right? Now moving on. In terms of music that is to be released in a few hours. I think I know that Drake and 21 Savage are releasing a joint album called Her Loss. Now that particular album was supposed to drop last week, but apparently Drake's engineer had a bout with COVID and he couldn't complete it in time for the October 28th deadline. But it's coming out. It's coming out in a few hours. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see and hear what Drake and 21 Savage have to offer their fan bases. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be a great album. Yeah, I'm excited to hear what they have to offer. As far as I was talking about 2 weeks ago, Rihanna's latest release from the Black Panther movie soundtrack, the new one that's coming out, Wakanda. I listened to that record and I for a return record, I feel like after so many years, it was an underwhelming record. I actually didn't expect Rihanna's return record to be part of a movie soundtrack, actually, right? So that's a weird thing to think about. you would think that she has an album coming out or something like that, right? But yeah, I think the song was a little bit underwhelming for my taste. I like Rihanna records that are upbeat, right? Like Umbrella, like Pon de Replay when she first came out, like records like that, right? Um, in another bit of news, we just passed the 20-year anniversary of Sean reggae artist Sean Paul's uh, first album. To be honest, I still play Sean Paul's music to this very day. So that should tell you what kind of impact he has and he had and still has on my life, because I know that I have a physical copy. I actually went out to buy that album when it first came out like 20 years ago. So, and yeah, Sean Paul, he's still having an impact on the industry today, a positive impact on the industry today. And yeah, I commend him for the work he's done up until this very day. What else can we talk about here? Oh yes, before we go to commercial, I just want to let you guys know that an artist that is associated with Lloyd Banks and Dave East is releasing his new mixtape on Valentine's Day, actually. On Valentine's Day. It's called V-Day 3, I believe. And the new single, Vado's new single is called it's called In Plain Sight. That's gonna drop on November 7th, I believe. So it's just upcoming Monday, which is weird because new music from artists usually release on Fridays. So it's weird to have a Monday release. But yeah, it's called In Plain Sight, and it'll release on Monday, and the entire mixtape will be available on Valentine's Day, which is a few months away from now. Yeah. Also, I was gonna say something else. There was plans for Lloyd Banks to release a mixtape on Halloween, but apparently something, he didn't say what, but something got in the way. Hopefully we get new material from him by American Thanksgiving and Black Friday, which is November 25th. But in other news related to that, he has a show coming up at the Howard Theater in Washington, D.C. on November 12th. So hopefully by then we get some news about upcoming releases and not featured releases by Lloyd Banks. But now, Mr. Roberts, if you'd like to start the commercial, we'll be back right on the other side. Thanks, guys.
Hey, guys, this is Carl from the ATR Network, also the producer of the Around Rose podcast, and I'm proud to introduce to you one of our good partners, Moonstar Smoke, right here in Animal Park, New Jersey. There's their phone number, their fax number. Guys, if you're a vape smoker like I am, they have everything you need. Also, too, if you're a hookah smoker, they have all your needs for that. Check them out. They're a mom and pop store. Sweetest people in the world, and you want to check them out. But also, too, you want to stay tuned to see more advertisements coming from them.
Hey, guys, welcome back. What I want to get to in the second part of the show is that I believe Mariah Carey is always Mariah Carey releases a song or an album during the holiday season. I know it's only November. Well, it's only November, but there are a bunch of holidays coming up, including Thanksgiving and Christmas now. So I believe that she either releases a song or releases an album, a Christmas album during these times. So it'll be interesting to see how people react to that album or single. But the thing is, and this is where lasting power. Sorry, guys. This is where lasting power comes into play. If an artist like Mariah Carey can release one song a year and it still blows up as it does and as it will, those are the advantages of the music industry. So I know I talked about the negative, the negative things that can happen within the music industry, but there's also a lot of positives. See, if an individual can build up longevity within their career, like an individual as Mariah Carey has, that's a benchmark that people can follow. That's the architectural proof that people should follow. Artists like Mariah Carey are a prime example of artists who have longevity, and whenever they decide to release music, their core fan base picks it up and makes it sell millions and sell out. Also, the estate of Michael Jackson has announced the anniversary of Thriller coming up. So what they're going to do for the anniversary is they're going to put together I think it's an interactive museum or something like that of Michael Jackson's like marquee moments in his career. So what they're gonna do is they're also gonna take it on tour. Like there's gonna be a stop in or a museum in Toronto. There's gonna be a museum in LA. There's gonna be a museum in all the rest of the bigger markets in the world. So that should be interesting to see how everybody gets involved with an interactive museum like that, and what people's reactions to it will be, and what the turnout will be for a museum like that. Yeah. What else is there? I know I missed 2 weeks of music news here, but let me try to think of something else here. Oh yes, this is the first time on the Billboard charts that about 5 or 10 women, female artists have dominated the Billboard charts. This is the first time in history, the first week and the first month. This is the first time in history that this type of thing has happened in the music industry. Artists like Doja Cat and R&B artists like Summer Walker or who else is there? Chloe Bailey have absolutely dominated the Billboard charts this year, and this is the first time that again that um the Billboard charts have been dominated by female artists in the music industry's history. So there are a lot of talented talented female artists out there. Um, that reminds me, shout out to the female artists that I work with at Extended Entertainment in Uza, who's a female hip hop artist, and Makenta, who is a female R&B artist. Uh, Makenta right now, she has a song called "The Boys Club," which came out on October 14th, which you guys can stream on your favorite streaming platform right now. Make sure you all run those numbers up on that. In terms of Uza, she has a new single that came out on I believe September 30th called "Head a Spin," which is like a mix of hip hop and reggae as well. So make sure you guys run those numbers up on those records. Again, Makenta has a new record out called "The Boys Club," which is strictly R&B, and Uza has a record out called "Head a Spin," which is a mixture of hip hop as well as reggae. So make sure you guys run those numbers up, and yeah, there's a lot of exciting things coming from the X10 artists and brand coming up. So stay tuned for that. I will keep you guys updated on the independent artists that I work with, and hopefully one day soon, we have them come up here as some special guests to interview. Another independent artist that I want to talk about is, of course, my boy Donovan. He goes by the name of Don as his musician name, but he has a new project out called 16-Bit, and he just shot a new video that should be dropping very, very soon off that project. There's more exciting things coming soon from Don, and again, I will keep you guys apprised of everything that happens with the independent artists that I work with. Yeah. What else can I talk about here? Let me see. Give me a sec here, guys.
Kosta,
Yes, sir.
do you want to talk about that big news I just dropped on you in regards to legendary singers?
Oh, yes. A particular legend is going on tour, isn't he?
Well, he's already been signed for that tour, but Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks are teaming up for a 5 to 7 tour dates.
Woo.
It's only 5 to 7 shows.
Okay.
The first show is in Los Angeles on March 10th, followed by Arlington, Texas on April 8th, and then ending in Nashville on May 19th.
Wow.
So only 3 locations are being done for this. Not
Wow.
only that, Billy Joel is actually performing next year overseas too, besides having his residency at Madison Square Garden.
Right. Oh, wow. That tour should have a huge turnout.
Yeah.
Huge.
And Stevie Nicks is just finishing up her tour that she just did tomorrow in Phoenix, which is her birthplace.
Wow. So make sure you guys go and see that tour. I mean, it's gonna sell out like it should sell out like hotcakes, man. It should.
Exactly. Especially when you got Billy Joel and one of the greatest female singers there is from the 70s and 80s, Stevie Nicks.
Right. Yeah.
So I just saw where he is performing next year besides Madison Square Garden. Atlanta in the United States.
Yep.
Then he's going to Melbourne and Auckland, New Zealand.
Wow. New Zealand.
Yeah.
That is one of the places that I want to travel to. That's crazy.
And that's one of the biggest ones. Yeah. But also, too, you have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming up soon. Okay?
Yep.
John Mellencamp and Bruce Springsteen are to take part of that ceremony. They're not saying what their part is.
Yeah.
But they will be part of it.
Hey man, I would pay like $1 million to see Bruce Springsteen, I should say. Yeah. Wow.
Not only that, the great singer from YouTube, Bono, launches Stories of Surrender. It's called Stories of Surrender. It's a book tour starting in New York City.
Wow. That should be a bestseller.
Yes.
That's definitely going to be.
It's called Surrender, 40 Songs, One Story, and it's his memoir.
Wow. Wasn't there, okay, I might be wrong about this, but wasn't there some news about Ozzy Osbourne or no? It was somebody else that was there. But maybe I'm wrong. I kind of, there is some news that we can bring up here. Actually, I forget what I said about Ozzy Osbourne. I just remembered that, and this is a mixture of wrestling and music, but Becky Lynch has a role as Cyndi Lauper.
Yes.
In I think the Young Rock, right?
Yep. This season's of the Young Rock.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, I seen photos.
She looks exactly the same.
She looks just like her. It's like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
That's one thing I got to say about that show is they're actually casting people that look like the original.
Exactly like them. Bar none. Yeah. Wow. Good. Shout out to Becky Lynch for that. That's crazy.
Now, I'm going to go old school here for you, Kosta. We actually do have another rest in peace.
Okay. Go ahead.
Jerry Lee Lewis passed away.
Right.
He was a legend in the 50s. Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, he did pass away.
Yeah.
He passed away at the age of 87.
Oh, man. Okay.
And he had a controversial life.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Didn't he have like a controversial story there? Yeah.
Well, he married his first cousin once removed.
Oh, God.
No, it lasted only 12 days.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
He was probably under the influence of something. Who knows?
So his two big hits that he's well known for are Great Balls of Fire and A Whole Lot of Shaking Going On.
Yeah. And I know both of those songs, so don't worry. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yes, sir. Thank you for providing your Is there anything else you want to add there?
That's it on that one.
Okay.
I'm looking at the other news here.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sammy Hagar has been trying to do a Eddie Van Halen tribute.
Right.
And his son has been blocking him.
Really?
Yep.
I wonder what the issue is there.
I'm not sure.
It doesn't say. It doesn't report it in the article there? No.
Hold on. It was. Well, originally it came out that his son Al didn't want to do it.
Right. Okay, so it's a family. It's a family.
Oh, also, Wolfgang refused to do it.
Yeah, so it's like a family. Yeah, it's like a family band dispute.
Yes.
Yeah. I got you.
Now, here's something interesting.
Yeah.
Rob Halford, who is the lead singer of Judas Priest,
Okay.
has officially come out of the closet.
Really?
Yep.
Saying what? Okay. About his what is it?
His sexuality.
Okay. And
He is now coming out and letting everybody know that he is a gay man.
oh. Okay. Well,
And you know what?
to each their own.
Go for him.
Yeah. To each their own. Everybody. Okay. Today's world is a free world. Everybody is open and honest and free to make their own decisions that they like, without judgment and without fear. Well, supposed to be without judgment and
Well,
without.
here's the thing. He actually came out in '98. All right.
Oh,
But
he
it
did.
took for this long for everybody to finally accept it.
Okay.
He thought when he revealed it that his career was over, and it's not.
It's not, yeah. Does he feel like there's gonna be a resurgence within his career?
He actually has been very busy with it, and he's been getting a lot of support from the LGBTQ community.
Wow. Okay. Well, again, that goes to show you that the times that were, let's say, in 1998 are very different from the times of 2022. So
yeah,
okay. I'll be honest. There are a lot of bad things that happen in this world, but that story you just shared shows that this world and the people in it can evolve.
Oh yes.
With the times.
You know what? I look at it this way. If you want to come out of the closet, come out of the closet.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yep.
How many times have we seen it in the other podcasts that we do here?
I know.
You see it in sports.
Yeah.
That's the biggest platform besides a musician is the sports where players are coming out saying, hey, I'm gay.
Yeah.
Better yet, Kosta, it was just announced that Miss Puerto Rico and Miss Dominican, I believe it was, just got married.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Congratulations to them.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah. Man, that's I wasn't expecting that. That's out of this world. Sorry for the stuttering, but yeah, that's crazy. Like that, I'm proud of them, but I wasn't expecting that. Like I wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah. Congratulations to them, and we hope here at the ATR network that they live a happy and fulfilling life with each other.
Exactly.
Speaking of going on tour, I know what we're trying to switch genres here, but I just remembered something that I forgot to add at the beginning.
That's fine.
J. Cole, a hip hop artist, obviously, just announced his Dreamville Festival Spring Tour, which is happening in April. I believe either tickets are going on sale or they all are on sale right now. I believe they're going on sale in a couple of weeks. But yeah, J. Cole is coming back on tour, and there are rumors that he is producing another new album. So yeah, look out for that. J. Cole albums are always an event or eventful to look forward to, and yeah, I'm looking forward to another one. See, here's the thing. Again, so this past year, speaking of Kanye West, he was the ultimate winner in last year's Grammy Award, and I didn't agree with that. I thought Lloyd Banks had the best album of the year with the release last year of the course of the inevitable one, but they unfortunately gave it to Mr. Kanye West, which is now, I believe it's undeserved, but that's just me. Yeah. Oh, in other news, Jay-Z is apparently suing a luxury champagne company that he was supposed to partner with. And here again, just to compare the two, you never hear anything bad about 50 Cent's business ventures. You never hear anything about somebody suing somebody or this and that happening. See, that's another good thing. 50 makes his money in a quiet way. Like, you never hear anything bad about it. All these other artists, all these other millionaires, billionaires, millionaires, you always hear something going wrong with their business deals. And that's why when it comes to the business end of things and the music end of things, 50's on the top of my list as somebody who I should follow and who I do follow in terms of inspiration and business dealings. Something to note on the disability show, on the disability side of things, because as you guys know, I have a disability called cerebral palsy. I will be on the Disability Innovation Hub show podcast tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm hoping to announce some other partnerships that I have planned for that particular show, the Rising Above Disabilities podcast that is in the works for me. And yeah, there's some other exciting interviews and some other exciting news coming up in the next few weeks. Also, Extend, before I leave the show today, I just want to announce to you guys that Extend Entertainment is now a full service record label. So that means we offer services such as playlisting on Apple Music and Spotify. We offer fully functioning websites for upcoming artists, and we offer EPKs, which is like a biography and a series of photo shoots for upcoming artists if they would like to use our services. So as of the other day, we have become a full service record label at Extent Entertainment. So anybody who believes that somebody they know or somebody they know of in their city or in their town, if you have any recommendations for me, leave them in the comments below or reach out to the ATR network email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you to everyone for joining me.
What?
Okay.
There's big news that just came out from Motley Crue.
Motley Crue. Okay.
Motley Crue's lead guitarist, Mick Mars, is retiring from touring.
Really?
The reason is he has what is called AS. Don't ask me how to pronounce the damn name.
Okay.
However, it affects the spine.
Okay.
He will still be part of the band, but he cannot take the rigorous of touring anymore.
Right.
Because it's an extremely painful and crippling degenerative disease which affects the spine.
Oh dear God. Okay.
He's had it since his late teens.
Wow. Okay. So it must be yeah. It must be is it a disease that comes from genes or not, or is it just something?
I am not sure how this goes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's really sad news. And yeah, hopefully he. I don't know if there's a cure for it, but hopefully he finds some
They're
help.
bringing in a gentleman by the name of John 5 to fill in for Mars.
Okay.
So they're touring the world next year.
Okay.
And they were going to bring in this guy, John 5, to take the spot of Mick Mars for the rest of that tour.
Wow, that should be interesting. I'd like to see the dynamic between band members now. That would be interesting.
It was a very hard decision for him to admit that he's got to retire because of it, but it's his health, and
yeah,
he didn't make this decision very lightly.
Exactly.
So,
wow, that's some heavy news.
Yeah.
That's some heavy news to end the show with, Mr. Roberts. Wow. All right. Well, I'm wishing everybody lots of health, lots of happiness, and lots of love. Thank you for tuning into the show, and I will see you guys next week for more news on all genres of music with the help of our esteemed producer, Mr. Roberts here. So thank you, Mr. Roberts, for providing your input to the show. I greatly appreciate it, and it's very, very insightful. So thank you very much.
And if you're a wrestling fan, don't forget to check out the Around the Ropes podcast every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. And you can also check us out on Facebook at Around the Ropes Podcast or the ATR Network. Check us out.
Right. And before I go, I just want to remind everybody to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need 100 subscribers to get our own URL for the show. Otherwise, you guys have to search for us, and a lot of people don't want to go through the vigors of searching. Guys, we need our own URL, and we need to get to 100 subscribers. So please refer people to our show. We are trying our best to provide you with as much entertainment as possible, and we will continue to do so until the wheels fall off, as they say. So,
Yep.
So, yeah. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you next week, and thank you for everyone for tuning in. Peace.